I could probably sit here all day and listen to this music because it's great. This is 30 Flights of Loving. It's by Blundo Games. It's an indie game. It's developed by Brendan Chung mostly. He's working on Quadrilateral Cowboy, which is a sequel-ish. It takes place in the same world. It's kind of like a hacker game or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of videos of it. It's coming out later this year. He has another game that came out before this one, which is called Gravity Bone. And actually, 30 Flights of Loving was a prototype for Gravity Bone, but Gravity Bone came out before it. This game was also part of like the Idle Thumbs Kickstarter, and one of the hosts of that podcast. It's a great podcast too. I listen to it all the time. Chris Ramo, he did the music for this game. Oh, and the music stopped. Of course it stopped when I was talking about it. We might miss some of the pacing of this game because this game is kind of all about jump cuts and having like just like quick pacing. Like it's all about sort of just moving through it. There's not much gameplay, I guess is what you could call it. You're not doing much other than walking forward and basically digesting whatever the game visually gives you. But I had played this game before, and I remember liking it a lot for a lot of reasons of like especially like the film influences it has, which Brendan Chung I think went to film school, and I think that's sort of the point of this series is figuring out what different things in films work in games. And I'm just trying to figure out sort of why I enjoyed this game so much, because I don't remember. Sometimes I like to go back to games that I liked, and sometimes it's bad. Like sometimes it's just rose-tinted glasses where it's like, oh, I thought this game was really good, but actually it's really stupid or whatever. But yeah, this game has a lot of visual stuff. I mean, like you see the beginning here, you're opening right on like a sign that tells you how to play the game, which is really cool because like this is a short game. It's very short, so he needs to get a lot of information across really quickly. So like you instantly know how to move. Now, of course, some of that is probably from just playing a lot of games. I'm pretty literate, I guess you could say. So I know how to move around, but and I've also played it before. But that's cool that like that's just instantaneously right there in front of you, and it's like the first thing you read. Some of that stuff is a little weird though. Like sometimes I find when developers explain like controls outside of the game in the game world, it's a little weird because like why would that exist in this world, especially like the mouse thing there too. Also, that's really weird. There's a radio up there. I don't think I've noticed that before. So some of that stuff is a little weird that happens, and that's in Gravity Bone and this one, and it'll probably be in Quadrilateral Cowboy too. Well, Quadrilateral Cowboy might make more sense because you actually use a computer in that game. I don't know. Like, see, he uses these newspapers, which I really like, fictional newspapers in games and movies and stuff. It's always like interesting to see what somebody's take on like the media is. And like he kind of uses this a little bit to sort of set up the world, so we know like it takes place in the past. Like there's stuff about Prohibition and the palm-soaked peace talks. Like it's definitely not a modern game in the modern setting. I mean. But then we have weird things, where it's like a mecha president. Like he just kind of twists it too, which I really like. This stuff it's always my favorite stuff in games, at least. But there's another thing too, because like if you could see, and I'm going to do this a lot. Like I kind of want to just sort of like examine this game because it's fascinating to me. Like you start out here and like you see that, and then like as soon as you turn around, you're already. It's pretty hard to miss something like that and know that like mouse look. You have to use your mouse look when you get to here to turn. Just simple things like that, which obviously anybody who plays a lot of games is gonna know how to do that, but it's still important to have that kind of stuff. Like any game with like a tutorial. This is a really clean tutorial too. I mean, like think about games that are like use the mouse to look up and left and right. Like it's really boring. It's nice how he can get that across so quickly. And here's another thing too, like you can zoom in on stuff. And this too, like Prohibition license, like this is totally setting up the setting, which is important because you want to know like what's possible, like why there's like a radio, like who uses radios anymore. So I like that too, having that there. And like right off the bat, this game is already sort of like, I guess, mysterious because this like bar thing is just weird. Like, these guys look like twins. It's in a different language. I think that's... I'm not even going to guess what that is. And this is a weird room, right? Because it's really small, and these guys are tracking you. It's a weird game. And also these portraits are, like, very weird. But, like, your eye kind of draws to them anyway. After you see these guys, and you're allowed to take, like, these Maple Victory alcohol-free beverage. There's no alcohol in these because the prohibition. Staying consistent. But yeah, so, like, obviously you can see I can interact with that. So this is sort of teaching you, I think, that you can interact with things, and, like, you should keep an eye out because there's things that might not be as they seem. So when you activate this, you can move forward. I kind of just like that it's sort of context aware. Like, you have just a normal, like, a dot, which is like with most games, and it will change. It's not like because that lets you know that you don't have to go around and, like, spam the button on things. Obviously, we got to see that over here with the alcohol-free beverage, which I don't know if the maple leaf means it's taking place in Canada, but that's what I'm going to assume. Maybe, I don't know. Maple leaves, and they're, like, good sound design too. Like, immediately. Like, this makes me think of, like, a bathroom because, like, the tile floor and then hear the trickling of water. It reminds me of, like, somebody peeing, obviously, but, like, it just makes me think of a bathroom, which would make sense because, like, this is a bar. Like, what room would need to be in a bar? But obviously it's not, and it's this really weird room, and I don't even get this room. This room is really weird because it's like, what kind of building are we? It almost looks like we're in a tree, but there's lights going all the way down. Like, you can see it's pretty deep. By the way, this is running on the Quake 3 engine, I believe. That's why, like, the field of view is a little weird, and, like, that's why when I move, I don't know if you can do, like, the jumping thing, like, because don't you, like, move faster if you jump in Quake? I think you do. But yeah, this is definitely the Quake 3 engine, which Gravity Bone is too. I don't know if Quadrilateral Cowboy is. Probably is, knowing Brendan. So yeah, this is a weird, I don't even know what that is. Something's leaking, because I don't think they hint at it in here, do they? No. But yeah, it's a really weird room. I don't even know why it's so tall. Like, it's just, like, immediately this game is, you're just asking yourself a bunch of questions of, like, what's going on. Because, yeah, this is a very weird room. And, like, wooden, like, the way that this changes to, like, wooden stuff makes it seem like you're not where you're supposed to be, or, like, this is not as clean, I guess is how you could describe it, as, like, this stuff. I don't know, it's just a weird feeling of, like, getting back here. Feels kind of like the parts in Portal where, like, you get behind all the, like, really sterile environments, and it starts feeling like this weird, like, you're not supposed to be there. Okay, so this is, like, the first meeting with, like, your teammates, which this is really cool. This is, like, probably one of the best parts of the game. Because obviously you don't know who these characters are. Well, I guess you do if they're just, like, another visual thing, like Anita. Like, you can see her name there. And same thing with him. I think he has his name, yeah, Borges. But, like, you can tell, like, some nefarious stuff is going on here, because immediately, like, you see, like, guns and bullets and plans, and things are moving up, like this ambient noise from the fan. Like, this stuff is just, like, there's things going on here. And this is the coolest part, like, when you can interact with them, and this next part I'm not going to talk during it, because it's so cool. Just, like, in a few quick cuts, like, you instantly know, I'm going to just do it again. You instantly know, like, what she's about. So, like, obviously, that's why she has a gun. Like, that explains why she has this stuff around her. And that's really clean and simple instead of, and then the game doesn't even talk to you about it. Like, you know, she's not like, hello, I'm a demolitionist and confectioner and all this stuff. She just sort of, you can just sort of get that information just by the game sort of giving it to you visually, which I don't know how that's really explained, like, narratively. I don't know how you know, like, where you get those, like, I guess it's flashbacks? Actually, you know what? Let me see that again. Okay, because there's another flashback in this game, spoiler, but that is, like, tinged in this sort of blue color, and I thought maybe that would be the same motif there, but no. What is that? Okay, I never noticed that there. But same thing for him. Like, figure out who Borges is. So we know like we're like doing a heist or something. Like you're getting these ideas, like especially the gun, and like you can open up the bullets and take the bullets. And if any game offers you bullets and weapons, you take them all, because why not? Take them all. I don't think they do anything. And there's plans and stuff, and I've looked at the plans, like they don't seem... They're kind of... They hint at like things you're gonna see later. But yeah, so I think that's a really cool thing. And then like, I love this because it's... These guys, you can hear them, and they might annoy some players, so you can totally kick them off, push them off. Just something like interactive for interactive's sake, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was funny. This is like a really condensed, and I want to go back to like the architecture. Like this is a really small room too, so it kind of it lets you feel like they are, they're looking at you, they're following you, like they know you, like there's nothing bad about them. You didn't die when you walked in. Yeah, also the color too, like the colors, just as like I said. Lots of visual stuff. This will be a theme, but the colors are kind of nefarious, reds and oranges, like kind of danger. At least that's how I interpreted it. And then back again with like the sterile like tile stuff, and then we have wood, which is like, just signifying that this is like not. This is like either new or just not like originally built here. Maybe is what I'm getting out of it. And then just like this game also has a like big sense, or like a good sense of humor, like you've already gotten used to these birds, and you have like a little family over there with a broken bike. I guess it's a bike. This room's weird too. I don't know what that stuff is, and I guess you're gonna fly out of there, like you can, or it's like I guess it's just hinting at that you're gonna fly, which is obvious because like this is the only place to go. It's also very weird how these birds got here. That's not explained. This is a very weird game. And then I love that little touch. Like, this is called Death Knocks. They've named the thing. So, I don't know. It's just cool stuff. And, yeah, they get in, and then, like, I think it does a cut here. Like, one of the game's many cuts.